everyone, I'm Chaz from Pair of Dice Paradise and Board Game Geek, and I'm joined by Josh Capel, who's going to be showing us Rec Raiders.
Yes.
So yes, let's dive right in, and you can
Okay.
show me how this works.
All right, Rec Raiders. In Rec Raiders, we are adventurers, and we are trying to raid these shipwrecks, trying to get treasures from them to bring them over to our displays. Each player gets one of these. We're going to try to build displays that match the exhibits that the museum is looking for. So
okay.
there's certain combinations of treasures that they want. We want those treasures to build combinations, and also you might flip them over when you get them and see that they are a unique treasure that you might put into your personal collection in the vault over here, and there's
Okay.
little scoring over there as well. There are two sort of key mechanisms that are the most interesting ones in the game. The first one is called positional dice drafting. So we use the box lid of the game to
Okay.
roll a dice
Here,
pool.
I'll hold it for you.
And the position where the dice land matters, as well as the number of the dice. So we roll those out there, and you can see there's some seashells scattered around in there. If they've landed on seashells, we're going to transfer those over here to make it easier to
Oh.
see. They go onto this board here. Then we can set that aside, and now players are going to begin drafting dice from here. When you draft a die, you get the seashell if it's sitting in a seashell zone. So let's say I wanted the 6, I draft that, I get it over here, I get the seashell that it was on, I can use that for something later.
Okay.
And most importantly, the number that I've taken, I'm going to use to place one of my divers. Let's say I'm the yellow player. So I take one of my divers and I place it on a 6 because I chose a 6. Now every shipwreck has the numbers 1 through 6, and the beach has the numbers 1 through 6 as well. So pretty simply, I could go to a shipwreck. Let's say there was a spot here. I go to this shipwreck and I take the treasure from there and I can add it to my displays wherever I want to, from left to right. Or I can flip it over. Maybe it's something I'm interested in because I haven't collected that yet, and I'll put it in my vault.
Okay.
Now, the cool thing about the worker placement is it's not just me necessarily that gets. Whoever is sitting beside me is also going to get a treasure as well. So it starts to become interesting when other players are sitting there, and if I go there, I get a blue treasure, red gets a blue treasure, purple gets a blue treasure. So it starts to become a real minefield of other players where you're deciding, can I afford to help purple right now? Maybe it's better to go sit beside red because red's not doing so well, and so on. And ideally, you want to be able to maybe draft a 1 and place in between yourself. So I would get 1, 2, 3 treasures in that case, and you can really accelerate past the other players in that instance.
That was my next question, is if I position by next to myself, do I get more than 1?
Yes, exactly. So you want to try and engineer it so that you are helping yourself, not helping the players that are doing well, and maybe occasionally you're forced to make a sort of a decision that's going to help other players in the off turn. So it's one of those games where you might be able to gain a little bit in the off turn and have some resources that help you towards finishing these off.
That's nice.
Yeah. Now, the third element in the game, aside from your displays that you're trying to build these exhibits and your vault where you can score, is the seashells. You saw that we picked up one for the die that we draft. You can also get seashells by going to the beach with the number that you drafted and getting the seashells that are shown there.
Okay.
Now, every seashell has a little power that you can spend it on to change dice or get extra treasures or whatever.
Okay.
But mostly, you're going to use them to build aquariums.
Aha.
Now, there are all these aquariums over here.
We'll bring these down just a little bit.
Yeah, so you might build, it shows like the cost of purchasing that component down the side. So I'm actually going to nudge these up a bit. So I might buy this one for these, and then it'll be worth that amount of points. Later on, maybe I'll buy that one, and I can build as tall an aquarium as I'm able to eventually.
Okay.
But eventually, I might be able to purchase, say, a top piece, put it down on top. Now, I've been scoring up this way all along, and now there's a little formula on this one that says I'll score 3 points for every pair of those visible down this side.
Cool.
So you start to really care about what the cap is because you can score a huge amount of points down the side. So over the course of the game, you're going to end up scoring points for the exhibits that you finish.
Okay.
You'll score points for your vault, for unique treasures, and for matching lines of color. You're trying to get that as well.
Okay.
For the aquariums up and down, and then at the end of the game, whoever has the most points wins.
Nice. So you have lots of little, very important decisions to make that there aren't going to be requiring a lot of downtime and brain power, but do have significant change on how the game's going to turn out.
Yes, that's sort of the driving idea of it, is that you pay attention in the off turn because you want to see where other players are going. And the interesting thing we feel about it is sort of this evolving value of the different worker placement areas. Because generally, you go there, you get a treasure. That's the simplicity of it.
Yeah.
But that's a different decision if there are other players.
I imagine it also depends which dice are available to draft too.
Yeah,
because that's going to change.
Which dice are available, of course. That sort of helps you make your decisions in that respect. And the interaction here is pretty wonderful. And the sort of the 3 scoring areas give players you can sort of major in one area and minor in the other two, and try to find a strategy that works for you in the game.
Yeah, it adds a lot of different things to look at, but it's still very elegantly dovetailed together.
Thank you very much.
Where is this in terms of its development?
This game is available for sale right now.
Right now?
Yes. Well, here at Origins was the convention debut of it. We sold out way faster than we expected to.
Excellent.
Every game that we brought is gone now, so we're right now offering free shipping coupon code on our website. So it can
Very
be
nice.
purchased there, but it is in distribution. It's available in stores right now, and it's doing really, really well. So
That's
hopefully it'll
fantastic.
continue.
When someone does go and find it in retail, what's the price point going to be for it?
I'm not sure specifically. We're selling it for $42 on our website, so it'll
Okay.
probably be somewhere in that region.
Sounds great. That is Rec Raiders. Oh, let me see the box there real quick so I can show what it looks like when you go and you surface to go find it. Rec Raiders by KTBG.
That's the one.
That's the one. It's still the one. Thank you so much, Josh, for joining me.
No problem.
All right, and take care.